Babe, it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, hello. So welcome back to my channel today, you guys. I am preparing some foods for the Super Bowl today, and I thought I'd bring you along and share these recipes that I'm going to do. I'm not a big football watcher, so let's just get that first out of the way. I don't watch football. I'm only here for the food, and I'm really excited about the food that I'm making right now. Wonderful recipes off of Pinterest as always. So the first thing we're gonna make, well, one of the things we're gonna make is a pepperoni pizza dip. We're going to make mini potato skins because potatoes are just delicious. We are going to make a buffalo chicken dip and homemade soft pretzel bites. So I actually have a lot to do, a lot ahead of me, because I need to be leaving soon. So I have to get crack-a-lackin' on this. I want to bring a drink over, so I'm going to make a pineapple lime coconut water recipe. Just because super refreshing, coconut water is so good, it has like electrolytes and stuff in it. And I just felt like I've been needing something a little bit more refreshing. I feel like I've drank too much coffee lately. So that's also what we're going to do. And I am going to actually first start with the pepperoni pizza bites. I did buy kind of like the biscuit dough for the pizza because I couldn't find like any pre-made pizza dough. But then I found this, and this just looked really good. I just felt like this just looks like it'd be really good. So I'm gonna get actually started on this. So I need to get a measuring cup, I need to get a mixing bowl, I need to add, I'm gonna start adding this together. I need to get this first going. So I'm gonna first read the directions on how to do this. Let me go wash my...
For some reason, my camera was being really glitchy right here, but I am going to put this pizza dough in my oven at a very low temperature to let it prove for 45 minutes so it can double in size, and then I can roll it into balls and use it for my dip.
My hands real quick. I want to get started on my drink one so it can like sit and start to mellow together. Okay, so for this recipe, now it wants me to blend everything together. Blend all the ingredients in a blender on high until the pineapple is fully blended and the drink is fizzy. Serve over ice, best if enjoyed immediately. So I'm not gonna do this because I'm not serving this immediately. I kind of wanted to adapt this a little bit differently because I've done two different coconut water drink recipes before where you just take your coconut water, actual water, and you just add berries to it and you let that sit. This one actually calls for pineapple, lime juice, and sugar. So I might add just a little bit of sugar to give it a little bit more of a sweetness to it, but not a lot. And I'm not going to blend my fruit together. I will add my pineapple, but I'm gonna do pineapple, blueberry, and strawberries in here. So actually it has 10 grams of sugar. So based off that, I'm not gonna add sugar into it. And since you're putting your fruit in there, it really makes it sweet already. So since this already has sugar, I'm not going to add sugar to it. So it says 4 cups of coconut water. And I'm just honestly gonna end up using the rest of this. That was perfectly 5 cups. And also what I noticed, this also has coconut puree. Because I was gonna say, usually my coconut water isn't this creamy looking, but this has obviously coconut puree in it, so that's why. So honestly, I'm just gonna fill the rest of this up with water, because I'm at about 30.5 ounces here, and usually you want to do an equal ratio, so 5 to 5 would my ratio be. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it all the way up. So I'm gonna start adding my fruit. I got pineapple here. So this does call for a 3/4 cup of pineapple chunks. Get this a little bit closer so you guys can see this. Just gonna do a couple handfuls here. My pineapple, blueberries and strawberries, but it's also mixed with bananas, so I'm gonna have to kind of dig through this. I think that's good. Has more probably blueberries than it does strawberries. Kind of do it to taste. So I'm gonna start with 1 lime. So I don't think 1 lime would equal a whole 1/4 cup. I mean, I guess it might, but I'm going to start with 1 lime. This reminds me, one of my favorite drinks to do in the summer is if you take, is it ginger tea, and make it like an iced ginger tea, and then if you add lemon and lime to it, and then put it over ice and add like a stevia packet. It is so good and so refreshing in the summer. Then I'm gonna give this a bit of a taste. Slowly pour that. Definitely needs more lime. Definitely want to add some more limes in here. Yeah, that's better. It's getting there. It's starting to really get more of that flavor. I definitely think I need another lime. I probably put about 1/8 cup of sugar in there, which I might do just a hint more because I kind of want it to be that, you know, kind of like sweet tart, almost like a lemonade flavor, but not as tart. Right on. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is I gotta get on with my potato skins. I have to put my potatoes in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes. So I gotta get started on this. My buffalo chicken dip isn't going to take very long at all. Honestly, I might just end up moving to this pizza dip. I might end up moving to the biscuit dough to get this started. And then I have to move on to my pretzel bites. So, ooh, little toasty in there. I'm gonna preheat this to 400. It says 12 mini white potatoes. So I got some of these Yukon Gold potatoes. We're gonna give these a good wash. Just real quick. So afterwards, we're gonna rub them evenly with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna put them on this baking tray and we're gonna bake them for 40 to 45 minutes until the potatoes are cooked through. Remove the potatoes from the oven and let them cool about 10 minutes until cool enough to handle. And then switch back over our oven to 450 and we're gonna cut our potatoes in half, scoop all the insides out, just leaving the skin walls. Combine the remaining olive oil, sea salt, pepper. Okay. I do have olive oil, but I just feel like this is what's out right now. It's kind of basically the same, I almost feel like. I'm not gonna measure 2 tablespoons because I just feel like I probably did more, about 3 tablespoons, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna move back to that one. We did our coconut water recipe. What I want to do is this homemade pretzel bites. My buffalo chicken dip is gonna, I think, be my easiest one. because honestly, I can kind of like heat everything in the microwave. I just bought like a rotisserie chicken, so that's gonna be really easy. I'm gonna heat everything through and then in just the microwave. I'm considering putting it in my crock pot, but my crock pot's really big. So I'm gonna do that one in a little bit. Well, let's focus on some homemade soft pretzel bites. For my pretzel bites, I need half a cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons brown sugar. I need some yeast. I need butter. I need salt. I need my flour and then water and baking soda for boiling the pretzels. Baking soda. So for making the pretzels, we are going to combine 1.5 cups of warm water. Okay, 1.5 cups of warm water. I need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then I need 2 1/4 teaspoons of my yeast. So 1 1/4. And I need 3 ounces of melted butter. How many ounces is this? This is 4 ounces, so I just need a bit less. Okay, so we're going to measure out 3 ounces. Ooh, just a tad too much. We're gonna call it good. It's just 3.5, that's fine. Didn't melt it all the way. So once I get the butter in here, it wants to let it sit for 5 minutes, obviously just to let this yeast proof. Which is gonna be good because I feel like it's already kind of starting to get there. Just kind of want to give it a good mix real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna get all of this done in time. For 5 minutes. I don't see it was starting to proof. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is it tells me it wants me to mix the salt and flour in here, and it's telling me I needed my stand mixer, mix it until combined. I actually don't have my stand mixer right now, so I'm gonna be mixing this by hand, but it's the flour. We're just gonna start one by one. Oh, look what was hiding and left inside my flour. Wonder who could have done that. So there's something about making bread and kneading dough that is it's like very therapeutic. I get into like these really random spurts. I just want to make bread. I want to make a ton of bread. I want to just roll and knead dough. And it's just very therapeutic to sit here and kind of sometimes beat dough. You know, ladies, if you're mad at your husband, just get out that dough and just, no, just gotta whoop. Put that over there. I'm gonna get this guy, give him a nice spin in here. Oh, he looks beautiful, you guys. Come on, tell me that is not a gorgeous piece of dough. Very proud of him. Cover him with my plastic wrap. And I'm gonna go ahead and set him over here with our other dough. Two of those guys can hang out over there on the counter together. I'm gonna be doubling this dip. because it only calls for 8 ounces of cream cheese, but I feel like I'm gonna just use the whole block. And since I've had this sitting out, it's already kind of nice and cool. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add this into here. Really big chicken here that I'm gonna go ahead and start getting some of the meat on. So it calls for 1 cup of Frank's Red Hot Sauce, which I love hot sauce so much. Water in it, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so since it calls for just 1 cup, we're going to do 2 cups. If we have it. Man, 1 cup is a lot. That really took a lot of that. We're just going to do the rest. So that was probably about 1.5 cups out of one of these. I should have bought 2. Should have bought 2. We have to put in, it says 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Literally all of my tablespoon measurements are dirty right now. So 4 tablespoons of sour cream. Is that 4 or 3 that I just put in? I think it was 3, could have been 4. We're gonna add an extra one anyway. Auto halved and peeled. Peeled and sliced, so just a half an avocado. We're gonna put you in there. And it calls for 1 16-ounce can of black refried beans. Don't know if anyone just saw that, but part of this avocado just completely missed where it was supposed to go. This is just how I like to do it. It's gonna get mixed in anyways. It doesn't need to look pretty. So like I was saying, it calls for 1 16-ounce can of black refried beans. I could not find black refried beans, so I just got a can of just black beans. And I don't know if I'm actually gonna put this whole can in here. And I'll just put the whole can in. So it says 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped cilantro here. So you guys tell me below, do you guys like cilantro, or are you one of the people that think it tastes like soap? Wait. I had to make sure it was cilantro because there is Italian parsley out there that looks a lot like cilantro, and I've gotten it mixed up before. And all of a sudden I was just like, this isn't cilantro. It is though. I smelt it right up my nose and it smells like cilantro. Anyways, tell me, are you one of the people that like cilantro, or are you one of the people that absolutely hate cilantro? Because I hear there are some people that legitimately think it tastes like soap. I don't know how you all would think it tastes like soap. To me, it's delicious. But I'm sorry, my hair's in the dish. I'm just gonna kind of start mixing some of this together. I just kind of have it all thrown into my pan here. I'm just gonna kind of mix all of this together. Cup of shredded Mexican cheese. I had that, but then honestly, I think I ended up using it all for something else. I did just buy this sharp cheddar cheese for the cheese sauce that goes with the pretzels, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it into here. And I'm gonna give this all a really good mix. So it says you then want to bake this in a 400-degree oven for 15 to 18 minutes. My potatoes are actually just about to come out, so this was probably perfectly planned, because then I'm gonna throw this in there while I'm doing my potato mix. So I'm just now realizing I completely messed up on the buffalo chicken dip, because I actually didn't really read the instructions. I really just assumed. So what I was supposed to do was to, once my chicken was cooked, I was supposed to shred it and combine it with the Frank's hot sauce and then set aside. I was supposed to heat my refried beans and spread the refried beans on an even bottom layer in the baking dish without stirring. Top then with the Philadelphia cream cheese spread. Then put your chicken mixture on top. Then sprinkle with cheese and put in the oven to bake. Serve immediately with sour cream, avocados, and cilantro if desired. So I did not do this. I just threw everything in there and mixed it all in. So I don't know how this is gonna taste now. I really hope it tastes good. I feel like it should taste good because everything's in there is gonna be good. Maybe minus the avocado getting heated in there. Now I'm really nervous. Can't believe I messed up. Okay, it'll be fine. I can't do anything about it now. My buffalo chicken dip is in the oven. My potatoes came out, but they have to sit for a while until they're cool enough for me to handle. And right now they are actually pretty toasty. So I'm gonna get back to my pizza dip. This has sat for a good 45 minutes, probably plus some. And it has very much doubled, and it is nice and light and airy, and actually quite sticky. It looks like it's actually quite sticky. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna sprinkle some flour onto my working surface, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dump this out onto there.
Wow.
Very sticky. What I'm doing. So I feel like to make this workable, because I would like to use this, I'm gonna add obviously some more flour to this. Just until this is a little bit more workable. So in this recipe also, it tells you to heat a tablespoon of olive oil and about a half a teaspoon of chopped garlic into a pan. You want to heat it until your garlic is fragrant. So luckily I already have some minced garlic right here in this cute little bottle. And I'm gonna pop that on there and just until it kind of gets warmed through. I think about 1 to 2 minutes. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these into 36 pieces and you roll this in that. And then this is going to go in the oven to cook. The pizza dip to be in a cast iron skillet. I actually have no idea where mine is at, so I'm just going to use a pie dish. Yes, it's a pumpkin pie dish. But I'm gonna oil it real quick. I'm actually gonna take some of this olive oil and garlic mixture that I just had on the stove and just brush that around with it just to kind of get it seasoned in a sense. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking each of these balls. I'm going to roll them in here and I'm going to start kind of staggering them into this pan. I was supposed to stagger this around and I don't feel like that's gonna happen because they just kept sliding deeper into this pie dish. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and cook it. I'll make the dip maybe in something else, so then people can maybe like take this and then dip it into it. I don't know, we're just gonna go ahead and put this in the oven right now for 22 minutes until these are a bit brown and golden on top. Now moving on to these potato skins.
Which one?
Give me that one. I need to cut these in half and like hollow them out just down to the skin. And then you gotta like throw them back into the oven.
You want me to cut them?
I mean, they've been sitting out for a little bit.
Seems still hot too.
Yeah, they're a little hot. Puppies are still really, really hot. And I'm like trying my best to like scoop some of it out, and man, this is not working. I'm like breaking the skin of the potato, and that one's a goner. What in the world? They're so hot to touch right now. So I cut them lengthwise, and I'm supposed to use a small spoon to gently scoop out the inside, leaving 1/8 of the potato skin wall. Combine 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a teaspoon of salt and pepper in a small bowl, and brush the skin of the potato with this mixture. Place the potato skins face down and bake for 10 minutes. Turn them over, bake another 10. Sprinkle the inside of the potatoes with shredded cheese and crumbled bacon. This isn't like going very well. These things are just so hot.
Let them cool. Or do you want some help?
No, I might have to let them cool a little bit longer until I can like touch them more, because it's been sitting for about an hour. Preheat oven to 425. So remove dough from bowl onto a flat surface and divide dough equally into the 8 equal pieces. Okay. Again. Again, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah. Well, do you mind getting out a really big pot? Because you first have to boil these in.
Boil them?
Yeah, you first boil them in baking soda water. This is supposed to be your pretzel bites. And then you bake them afterwards. So there's 5, 10, 15.
So this is where things went a little haywire for me. I had to take each of these pieces and roll them into a long 22-inch rope and then cut the pieces into about 1-inch squares. So I had to do that before I could throw these little bite-sized pieces into boiling water with some baking soda. I then also had to brush them with an egg wash and bake them. So luckily my husband came into here and helped me get all this done. So while we were waiting for the water to boil, my husband went ahead and was getting all the dough cut up into little bite-sized pieces, and I really tried to get these potato skins working, but I realized that in my error, I didn't really buy 12 mini potatoes. These were regular sized potatoes, so they still weren't soft enough for me to scoop out, and I kept breaking them. So I actually just decided to ditch this recipe, and I just went ahead and put the potatoes in my fridge and used them for dinner a different night. I also went ahead and made the pepperoni dip. My little bite-sized pieces for the pepperoni dip came out really good, but of course there was no room for the dip part, so I got out a bigger dish and went ahead and lined the little pizza bites around the dish and put the dip in the middle, and this actually turned out to probably be one of my most favorite dishes that I made. Once we had all of our pretzel bites in the oven baking away, I went ahead and tried to make a cheese sauce to go with the pretzel bites, which was recommended in the recipe. I will link all of these recipes below so you guys can try them out for yourselves and see which one you like best.
By far, I think my pretzel bites are what have turned out the best. Ooh, these are a little bit harder to get off up here. These are done. I hope these ones are done. These ones seem a little bit slow. I guess they're both soft. I don't know.
Pretzels are supposed to be soft.
Ugh.
So here is all of our food at our Super Bowl party. I think they all turned out really good, except for my buffalo dip turned out to be really, really spicy because I added way too much buffalo sauce. I think I should have scaled that back a bit, but everything I think turned out to be very delicious.
All right, so that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you all next time. Bye. Sparkling probiotic drink. It's mojito.
Is it carbonated? Does it taste like ours?
Tastes like pickles.
Natural habitat.